What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm going to be doing an update on LCID stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we caught this movement to the downside, during which this asset lost about 4% of its value. Then I will continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what is the main problem for Lucid Motors right now. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis. And I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that this asset went from its lowest point at $7.25 to this one, and it formed some kind of channel. And I marked this channel by connecting these bottoms and projected to these tops. And my main assumption was that we should, from this point when we retested this upper range of resistance, we have to see the retest of range of support. And probably we might have a bounce. And as you can see on the next session, right after I made my previous video, it went lower, retested this range of support and had a bounce. But unfortunately, right here, as you can see, this sideways movement shows that this channel right now is pretty much eliminated, because we cannot count on this breakout below the range of support without the confirmation of volume that it is a real breakout. This means this pattern is pretty much failed. And what should we expect next from the technical standpoint, I will show you in just several minutes. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. First of all, let me show you that if you type in Google search bar LCID stock and switch to News tab folder, you will not find much recent news that might drive the price of Lucid. We have just a couple of them, and let me show you that, for example, this news shows the bearishness of this asset, and it's titled 7 EV stocks to sell as competition heats up. And among the top 3 of these stocks, there is a Lucid group, and it says, falling reservation numbers signal Lucid is struggling to compete with established rivals. And I have to say that, in my opinion, it is only one part of this problem, and I will show you why I think so. So, if we take a look on their official website and if we switch to the media room, we can see that Lucid doesn't have so many news that was published recently. The most recent one was made on March 17th, and it says Lucid opens new retail studio location in California at the Village Court Madera in Marin County. And the previous one was made on March the 2nd, and it was another studio that was opened in Norway. And definitely these two news probably should be the bullish catalysts for Lucid Motors, but they don't. And let me show you why I think that Lucid has to change something in their public relation department. First of all, let me show you that if you take a look on their previous events section, you will find that the latest news was made only on January 27th, and it is a Montreal studio opening. So why in the world they didn't add these two studios, and especially this one in Norway, I have no idea. But because of these details, because of this lack of information, definitely a lot of people who invested in Lucid stock is losing their money. The only source of the news might be their Twitter account, and they have about 236.4 thousand followers on this account. But we also cannot rely on this source for 100%, because the main announcements that we can find right here is the new deliveries of their vehicles. And I have to say, there are not so many deliveries that we can find right here. That is why it is another evidence that this asset has some problems. On top of that, let me show you right here that they still collecting a lot of vehicles on their parking lots. And right now, according to the information from Bear's Workshop YouTube channel, we can see up to 3.8 thousand vehicles that are stored on their parking lots around the plant in Arizona. And this number pretty much equals to the number that this company produced in entire Q4 of 2022. This means probably this asset has some problems even with their deliveries and with reservations. And this means as long as we won't see the decrease in number of these vehicles, or as long as we won't see some clarifications from C executives, definitely the price of this stock will go lower. And because of this, as you can see right here, we don't have any new analysts price target since the beginning of March, and basically since the end of February. And the most recent one, as you can see, they lowered their price target and downgrade their price targets to ranges of about $11.5, $12, $13, $10, and even $5 by Morgan Stanley. And this means the bearish pressure is still on the table, and we have to see more clarification on this news. On top of that, let me show you the list of institutional investors, and keep in mind that this filing date is not the execution date of this deal, but still we have more bearish pressure, we have more positions that were reduced by the owners, and this means the bearish pressure on Lucid is still on the table. That is why we have to be very cautious with our position. But before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, definitely this pattern is pretty much eliminated, that I already mentioned, but right here we can barely see another pattern, and definitely it is not the best range of resistance. We can connect this one, and we already have this blip above this range, and the next range probably might be this one. If it is the case, and if it is the real support, definitely we haven't retested it here. That is why the power of this pattern is not so high, and that is why, in my opinion, we cannot rely on this pattern as a bullish pattern for the Lucid. And let me show you what should we expect next. So, in general, let me zoom out a little bit. Right here, on January 19th, we have its recent swing low, and it is a pretty much confluence with this previous swing low that was made on March 15th. And definitely this range should hold in order to stay at least partially bullish, but we have to exceed these previous swing highs in order to form higher highs and higher lows. And the main confirmation of the movement should be the volume. Unfortunately, the volume right now is extremely low, and with the lack of news, we cannot rely that this asset should hit higher targets and should break this range of 8.31 as the short-term price target and about $9.2 as a medium-term price target. This means my main assumption is that we should retest the range of support at $7.25. And if it holds, definitely we might see another attempt to break higher targets with the double bottom pattern. So, if you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag.